Okay, so welcome to Unit Circle. This is part 1, and I do have additional videos that get into more details. So what's a unit circle? It's basically a circle. It has a radius of 1 unit. And if you remember from geometry, the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Well, r is the radius, and since our radius is 1, that means the circumference of a unit circle is simply 2 pi. Typically, you start at the 3 o'clock position, so that would be at B. And if you want to move around the circle in a positive direction, you would be moving counterclockwise. Now, today we're going to talk about segmenting or dividing up our unit circle. So on this first slide, we're dividing our unit circle up into 4 parts. So think about it. If you take 2 pi and you divide that by 4, you're going to wind up with pi over 2. So each segment will be pi over 2. So we start out at B, move around to C, we're at pi over 2. If we add another pi over 2, at D we're at pi. Halfway around the circle we should be at pi. Then we would add another pi over 2 to get to 3 pi over 2 at E. And then if you add another pi over 2, you would be at 4 pi over 2, which is simply 2 pi at F. And this is a basic segmentation of the circle. Another typical segmentation or division of the circle is pi over 3. Now the easy way to do this, in my opinion, is to start at A. If you move from A to D, in other words halfway around the circle, you've traveled pi. And we're dividing it up into pi over 3. So why not just take the top half of your circle and divide it up into 3 parts? Each part is a pi over 3 segment. And you can do the same thing with the bottom half of your circle. So we start at A, we move to B, that's pi over 3. We move to C, we're now at 2 pi over 3, D, 3 pi over 3, but that's just simply pi, which is good because we're halfway around the circle. At E, 4 pi over 3, F, 5 pi over 3, and G, 6 pi over 3, which of course is 2 pi. Another segmentation is pi over 4. So we would do the same thing. Take the top half of your circle, divide it into 4 parts. Each part is a length of pi over 4. So you start at A, you move to B, pi over 4, C, 2 pi over 4, D, 3 pi over 4, and so forth, all the way around the circle to I, which is 8 pi over 4, and that is 2 pi. So you know you did it right if you wind up at 2 pi. And then another segmentation, these are very common divisions that you will deal with all the time, or pi over 6. So again, take the top half of your circle, divide it into 6 parts, and you can follow around and see how we've done that, and you will wind up at 12 pi over 6, which is 2 pi. And that's Unit Circle, Part 1. Now go practice, and practice some more.